If you're looking to improve your life but you just don't know where to start, head over to nhbusinessshow.com/self-author and get started, because the self-authorship program was designed by a professor from Toronto named Jordan Peterson and his team, I want to say. And through the program, you really get a good feel for who you actually are, why you feel the way you do, what causes the problems that you feel in your life, and what you can do to change them, because a lot of these things we can have an active role in bettering ourselves. So to head to nhbusinessshow.com/self-author and get started today, because there's no reason not to become the you that you want to be. A lot of my audience owns a business. If you want to step up and really take it to the next level, you need to look into yourself and correct the things that are holding you back, because a lot of times that's what holds us back in business is ourselves. So head on over, do that. It's very inexpensive, and it's going to change your life. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the New Hampshire Business Show. My name is Chris Pastrana, and today I'm here with Lucy Chesna. How's it going?
Hello. Good. How you doing?
Cool. So, let's see. So, it's Chesna Travel Agency, you said?
That is correct. Dream Vacations, Chesna Travel Agency.
Awesome.
Yep.
So, let's get this rolling.
Okay.
We've been planning this one for a little while now.
Yes, we have.
We talk back and forth.
Back and forth. Yep. It's true. It's true. Trying to figure out a time to do it and everything.
Yeah.
But yes. Yes.
Cool. So, let's get going. Let's get a little history on you and kind of like what led you to
this.
Yeah, to becoming a travel agent.
Going back when I was 18, I was working for Garber Travels in Harvard Square in Cambridge, and I fell in love with it. So going to high school and doing that's what I wanted to do. So I worked for them for a while, and then got married and started my children, our family, and it was hard to be a travel agent and be a stay-at-home mom, because during that time in the 90s there was no at-home travel agency. So I left. And then I, stayed-at-home mom, did other things here and there, marketing and whatever. And then kids are now grown. About 4 years ago, I had the opportunity to buy a franchise under World Travel Holdings. And they have Cruise One and Cruises Inc. And so I said, let's do it. I want to do it because they're getting older. They don't need mom that much anymore. They used to. So I bought the franchise. Within the 2 years, I stayed as Cruise One, and then they opened another market for Dream Vacations, which is more generic. Cruise One was more limited because they thought I was only selling cruises, which I was selling everything, but, it was harder. So when they had the opportunity for Dream Vacations, I went on to it. So we became the franchise for Dream Vacations, Chesna Travel Agency, and I was at home. So I can work and still do things at home, even work part-time, did what I wanted to do, but still enjoy what I was doing. About a year ago, I really wanted more expansion with it. I was doing really good with my clients. I love my clients, but I wanted more. I wanted this to be a full-time job. Yeah. I wanted this to be something that I can do with the kids, and my husband can work with me. He's working full-time, so he wanted to get into it. So in between everything, I found an opportunity with my friend, Porter Arts Photography, Laura, and she had an opportunity for an office to join. And so... and that's where it became. So now I'm going to have a storefront now, which is very exciting, on March 13th. Grand opening. It's kind of, I'm already there kind of thing, but our big grand opening and everything is March 13th, so it's going to be very exciting. And here I am. It's the love of the travel. I just enjoy it so much, and this faces they have when they come back from vacation. Oh, it was great. And it's just, and I love to travel myself. I haven't done it for about a year or two, but I love to travel. I do. I enjoy it. I enjoy showing others too. So, and getting good deals.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess the first one to start is I have another friend who came on. She was on last week, and she's a tour guide. She does little tours and stuff. And so what's the kind of difference between tour guides and like a travel agency?
With the tour guide, they usually go with them to the tours, or they do groups mostly. And I can do that too, but I do more of kind of everything.
Yeah.
And with the guide, they usually have a hire someone, and they specific 10, 15, 5, whatever groups will go into different locations, and they show them the areas of the good spots and enjoy the stuff. I'm kind of like the beginning of the tour guide, so I'm the one that will grab all the information that is needed for the client and basically research for them. And I research the airfare, I research the hotel, make sure the hotel is exactly what they want, make sure they're not in somewhere they're not supposed to be, you know, a good hotel, you know, and then excursions, all different things, dinner plans, everything's all put together for them, and then I give them the package or the quote. A few of them, not just one, and they look it over and they say, okay, you know what, I like this one, but I kind of don't like this one, can I have this one? So I kind of like change it all over again, research it a little bit more, and I do the package they love. And then I give it to them, they love it, they sign it, they bring it back, they make their payment plan. This is one good thing about it is, you know, if you go online, and like a tour guide is the same thing with I do, is we let them pay as they go for their vacation, so they can have the reality or their dream of a vacation they want, and not just go online, because when you go online you have to book it right away. There's no, you know, you can wait for 24 hours before they charge you. It's you have to do it right there. So even as much thousands of research you've done, things could happen.
Yeah.
And with me, I do all the research, I make sure everything is correct, and I'm there from you from A to Z. So if anything's happened in between, they can just call me up, because you go from a business line to my cell phone. So it's like a one-on-one kind of thing. And a tour guide is almost the same, except they do more groups.
Yeah.
And they go to destinations. Sometimes the tour goes with the destination. I'm at home. But if I do groups, and sometimes I've done a scrapbooking group, that I go with them, because I love to scrapbook too. So I'm going to have fun too. But other than that, it's a little different. I'm kind of like the beginning, and she's kind of like goes with everyone.
Okay.
So, that kind
Cool.
of thing.
So you were talking about like doing a lot of research. So do you put the tours together? You had mentioned you were in a franchise, so I'm just kind of curious how that works.
Yeah, as a franchise, it's almost like, you know, a Dunkin' Donuts or something. When you buy that franchise, you can disperse yourself into different areas. And yes, you do the research, you do everything, and I can create tours for groups and all that. But I'm like the beginning person, so I do all your stuff, and then I will call up. If I had an example, we had someone who went a family, a group of 8, that went to Italy for 3 days. So I called the vendor that I needed, that had a tour guide for that area, that picked them up, dropped them off, went excursions with them, talked about it, do different things, and then they, you know, got to the hotel at the end of the day and told them about the different hotels. So they always had somebody with them in Italy, then they wouldn't feel so lost. And I have that vendorship, as you may say, kind of a joke, but have that ability to get those people there for you, so you don't feel like you're so overwhelmed. You know, so it's the fun part of it, that they don't have to be alone while having their vacation. And there's some people that just say, okay, backpack style, I call them. You know, they just want this, and this, and they're off by themselves. And I have those too. So you have a combination of both going on here. So yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because I've always just been curious, because I've been on one like big tour outside of my military time.
Yeah.
So like I've been around, I've done some stuff, and I was just curious how that all works.
Yeah, it works pretty simple. I mean, we have me and one designated person who is the basically the leader of the group. And then I would go to them and tell, you know, who's going. We have a presentation and telling where we're going to go. This is what you're going to do. I get all the paperwork ready. If we need passports, who doesn't have a passport, who has a passport, get them going with that. You know, applications, send them in, or if they want express. So everything is always done at the same time, so the group doesn't get lost. And we have one leader, so that leader will say, hey, you need to do this, you got to get this, your deposit has to be in, and then I take all everybody's deposits and I get them all together. And so I'm basically getting all the running around paperwork.
Yeah.
And they're just going, here, Lucy, here's everything for you. So it's fun for me, kind of hectic, but I love doing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, if you love to travel and you love the type of thing,
Yes,
definitely be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and a lot of people do come to me for guidance and say, you know, where you would like to go? What do you think? Well, where do you want to do? Those are the questions. You know, you are more of a beach person, then you probably would enjoy all inclusive, because that is everything. You're at the beach, You've got food and drinks all included, everything, all the water sports are all included. You really don't have to go anywhere. Are you an adventurous? Do you want to do more of a group? Do you want to meet new people? Well, I have vendors that do hiking, do cycling, only do marine theme, do earth theme if you want to go to Puerto Rico and look at the beautiful forest and the different animals. So it's what you want to do, and I kind of give them a guidance, see where you want to go, and if you want to go to Europe, okay, where you want to go to Europe. I've been to Italy, so I can tell you where I loved. Barcelona, I've been to, there many times in Spain, 2 years. I loved it. Did you want to go to Germany? It's really where you want to go and what kind of time and what kind of, if you're not an adventurer, if you're a beach goer like me, or just want to, or you're really wanting to learn about new things, the culture. So there's all these different things that I ask. Sometimes they're confused. They're like, okay, you give me too much information, but I try to break it down. Do you have kids? Well, how old are they? A 4-year-old does not want to go to Germany.
Yeah.
Maybe want to go to Disney World, probably, but it's like different things like that. So yeah.
Okay. So I guess that brings up a good question. Family finally decides they want to go on a trip. Where do they get started? Like, because you mentioned when you really think about the planet, there's a lot of places to go. There's a lot of cool stuff to see.
So much to do. Yeah.
Are you kind of like walking them through the process to help them figure these things out?
Yep.
Or
I do. Sometimes they already know exactly where they want to go. I want to go to Disney World, or I want to do all inclusive because I just want to be there with the kids.
Yeah.
And then, or they have grandparents going and uncles and aunts. So I have to figure out what everybody likes. The same time as the date. Make sure the date is easy for everybody to go.
Yeah.
Is it going to be vacation time? Is it going to be off vacation? And they would say, well, when is not the busiest time? Well, not the busiest time is when nobody's on vacation, when the kids are not, because I help people from Massachusetts also with their travel plans. So New Hampshire, Massachusetts, so they're a week before New Hampshire. Mm-hmm. So we have to figure out what's a good time, not a good time. I usually ask what the kids love to do and what you like to do in the meantime. Are you the kind of parents that would love to have different clubs in the vicinity for different ages, so they can enjoy other kids, play while you and dad, you and mom can enjoy the beach for a while and go out to dinner. Yeah. So these little things going on. A lot of people love Disney World because that's just, it's nature's first thing. I love Disney World. The next one's cruising. They love to cruise. They'll go to, the Caribbean. It's easier because they only have to pack once.
Yeah.
They stop in different ports. They can still enjoy themselves, enjoy this different things with the kids, but the kids have a lot more to do on the cruise. I mean, you can go rock climbing. They have 4 or 5 different age groups that the kids can do things. There's shows, there's movies, there's constantly something. So that's like a second choice. And the next one's all inclusive, which everything's all included. You don't really have to do much. Puerto Rico, Mexico, Punta Cana, Aruba, those are the usual stuff. But I always ask, okay, how many kids? What do they like? What do you like? And then from then on, we kind of figure out. Because I'm not going to stick you somewhere that's not going to have a lot of, if you're into water, skiing and scuba diving and, swimming with the dolphins, and they don't have any of that stuff. And then, they'll be just sitting there at the beach. Me, personally, I can do that 24/7, but a lot of people don't want to do that. So.
Yeah. Then my wife would be petrified of the water, so I can...
That would not work. So you want something totally different, not near. I mean, there's other things, and you don't even have to go out. I mean, you can do so much in the USA. You get, Savannah, Georgia, absolutely a beautiful place. You have New Orleans with, coming up, it's the Jazz Festival. So there's so much stuff. Go to California, Arizona. So, I mean, there's so much to do here also in USA. So it doesn't have to be always out there. We can do something, in nearby. Even, I mean, I have a couple that I'm going for 10 people. We're trying to find out, where they like to go in this vicinity, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine. So it doesn't have to be always sunny, and it could even be skiing. Maybe you want to go skiing. Maybe you love the snow. So it's all different areas I can help out with that.
That's good, because I think people don't travel enough typically. I know a lot of people who've never been out of southern New Hampshire. And it's good sometimes to get out, do things, meet people, go to a completely different part of the country, world. It's fun. It's, educational.
Yeah, I mean, I lived in Massachusetts pretty much all my life. Just moved up here about 4 years. So New Hampshire, Massachusetts. I've been to Pennsylvania. Lived in Pennsylvania for 2 years, so I know Pennsylvania. I've been pretty much all the states around, up to down to Florida. So it's a lot of fun. And so I mean, if they're scared to go out there, especially now, what's going on and being on an airplane, there's so much going on here that as a travel agent, I can help you with that. So if you still want a vacation, you can still do that. And even in your backyard. I mean, there are people in New Hampshire that haven't been, at the mountains or done anything, so that kind of thing. So, and my husband's a motorcyclist, so we do a lot of, groups of bikers to get together. So it's little different little things. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely sounds like it. So I guess getting ready for a trip, because family knows where they want to go now.
Yep.
Continuing on my fake family story, family kind of knows where they want to go. How much should they pack? When? What do they need? Kind of like, because these are things that freak people out. Like, oh, we don't want to go through with it because there's just probably just so much to do, especially if you're traveling international.
Exactly.
Like, kind of, what should they be thinking about before they start traveling?
Well, before they start traveling, you want to go and find out, the time of the month that you're going at that time. So I would tell you, it's going to be cooler that time or it's going to be really hot that time. So this is what you should bring. And I would tell them the weather, how is it at night, especially cruising if you're going to be somewhere. I always tell them if there's a holiday going on, this is what going to be. So I give them the preparation for it, and then from that point on, they decide what they want to do. And if they get going on an airplane, how many pounds on the suitcase can be, because you don't want to go there and you're over a certain amount and you're going to be charged extra. So it's different things. Like I tell them, when they book with me, I give them a package with a summer theme or whatever theme they're going with, and I have a bag that has dream vacations, and then I have towels and sunscreens and different things that they can take with them. But I also give them tags for their ID. So if they're doing a cruising, I have a special tag already that they can slide the cruise ID already in or at the airport, so it's easy for them, kind of thing. With that, I always tell them the beforehand packing. Make sure that your bank, your bank and your credit cards know that you're going on vacation. Especially if they see something, you're coming from Italy, and all of a sudden they see a scan. You're like, "What isn't Italy? They're not from Italy. They're from New Hampshire." They can even red flag and then decline you. So you don't want that going on with that. Number two, the best thing is also you have little extras on your carry-on. So bring another pair of clothes, comfortable shoes, layer, the best thing, because when you're here it could be cold, but when you get there it's be hot. So you don't want it to be wearing a sweater. So if you have a short shirt, short sleeve, a sweater, even a jacket, at least you're layering. You could take it off, and that way you're not weighing on the jackets and all that stuff. It's on you, and they can't say anything that pay extra on the carry-on too. So
it's a little tip.
Also with that, make sure your neighbors or your family know that you're leaving for security measures of your home, and take off location off your phone. I mean, if you want them to know, but it's safer, that they don't know where you are. I mean, you can still take pictures and at the end say, "Hey, I was here," kind of thing, but safe mode. And also the biggest thing people don't know, that when your phone, especially on a cruise or international, will go into roaming charges, and you start paying for that. So the best thing is to keep it on airplane mode, and that way you will not get the roaming charges on your cell phone. If you're in an area that says Wi-Fi, you can turn it back on and use it, and then turn it back and put it back on airplane mode, and that's the best thing. And then the funniest thing is when you drop your car off at the airport, you forget where your car is after a week. And so they're like, okay, and it'll take them, I had a friend, but an hour it took them to find their car. But the best thing is to do is basically take a selfie of yourself where you are in your car and take a picture, and that way you have it saved. Or even take a picture of where your car is and where the destination you are, so when you come back, you know what level you're in and what section you're in.
Yeah.
So
those are good little tips.
Just little tips, just little things that you don't think of, and like, oh, okay. Oh, and the most important thing, if you are going international, make photocopies of your documents, all your documents, because you never know, anything could happen. But if something does happen, at least you have a photocopy of your passport, your credit cards, anything. At least you have something with you.
Yeah.
So that's another tip that's more important too.
Good. because that kind of rolls around to the point I was going to make of having someone in your corner. I always go on about this. Having someone in your corner who kind of knows what they're doing is important. That's the reason we have realtors. It's the reason we have, car salesmen, as much as everyone hates them.
It's true. They have good answers to sometimes. Yeah.
Like, there's someone in the corner who knows the industry that can kind of help you through the process. And that's important. And people kind of like, oh, I can just figure it out myself when I get there. And you get there and you're like, well, I forgot all my stuff. I don't have this. I don't even know how to do this. And so you kind of run down that.
Yep. And then also, even with that being your corner, I mean, we get information if anything is going on that is not safe in that area or any other areas. And then we tell you, okay, this is what's going on. It's getting cleared up now. I'm just letting you, preparing you. Do you still want to do this? Do you want to change? I mean, it all these different things that happen.
Yeah.
But we get first information on emails all the time. And with that also, we also get information on prices dropping. So if you booked a trip and if it goes up higher, you're guaranteed, you're safe. You'll never pay for that difference. But if it drops, your online people will not let you know that has dropped. But I will. I call you up or email you and I'll let you know, hey, your trip dropped $100, $50, or even more. Sometimes I've seen more. And I say, well, what would you like to do? Would you like to do a refund or would you like to use it towards your credit for your vacation? And 9 out of 10, they're like, just leave it there, put in a credit. So what I do is I put everything in a credit, and that way on the day of the vacation, it will be already there at the hotel. So they have spending money to play with. Or some of them want a refund, and I just call the vendor, tell them they want a refund, and they send them a check.
That's pretty good.
So there's a difference, and then online they're not going to call you, hey, you just saved $200. You want to? No, they're not going to do that.
Yeah,
so.
they're like, no, we'll keep that.
No.
Finder's fee.
Yeah. And the thing is, I have no fee. I say a lot of them, they have a finder's fee or they have a percentage fee in the thing. there's no fee. I do it because I want to do it. And then, it's already built in, so it doesn't matter what you see online. It's already built in and already distributed. So to me, there's no extra fee. And with that, including not extra fee, you're never going to get this little secret. Oh, I didn't know that you had to pay for this. And you didn't. No, everything is detailed for you. There's no little fine line you need a magnifying glass for. Everything is detailed and ready for you, and there's no surprises. So that's one good thing.
It's pretty good. Nice, easy, simple.
It is.
Carefree.
It is.
Like a vacation's kind of supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. Yes. And I mean, I can't say guaranteed. It always never comes at a hitch. Something can happen, but at least you have my phone. You have my cell phone number, and you call me, and I will do the best I can from my side to help you on your side. If God forbid, the airline is late, or, there's times that the cruise line has waited for the people to show up, or got them the next port, and just different things that it can happen. But if it does happen, you got me, or you got your travel agent that will help you.
Yeah, cool. I like that. Yeah. So, where are you looking to go as far as your business and pushing down the road further?
Well, my dream is to, like I said, I'm going to have my grand opening on March 13th at the. It's going to be Laura's Portrait Photography, and then myself at 222 Central Street, Hudson, New Hampshire. And what I want to do is further it is bring in travel agents under me, and make it really more of a travel agency and associates. Really make it big. Really have like designated travel agents that do certain things, like do groups, and then do honeymoons, and then do solos, because I really love to do solo travelers, in different categories, and have it more of an expand to help others. Because sometimes it's just me, and if you got 4 or 5 bookings at the same time, you're like, whew, okay, 1, 2, 3. So I like to expand and have the joy of love of traveling to others. And really, I want to also do is called Travel Talk. So I'm going to be doing something like you, but with other people. I'm bringing vendors in and have a discussion about their cruise lines and about their land vacations, their hotels, and talk about them. Because, some people will look online, but there's nothing else. There's got your information, and you just hope to the Lord that thing is what it's supposed to say. Yeah. What I want to do is bring them in and talk about it, and really show them that this place is really wonderful. More of an interaction with that. And also having classes for people that are interested in learning new things and want to travel, want to go that place, but don't know what to do or where to go. So I did a cruising 101 a year ago, and it really went well. So anybody who really wanted to go cruising, I basically gave them the basics. You know, what the rooms look like, you know, what you would get, different areas, Caribbean, if you go here, and all that. So it was really good, and I got 2 bookings out of it. So it was cool. Yeah. Next month we're doing Alaska. So we're going to do 2 classes for that. I'm going to do one on cruising, inner and outer passage, and then land. So that way, if you're interested in one thing, you can go to one. If you're interested in another, or if you're both, because I can also do cruising and land together. So if you want to cruise and be on land for a few days, you can also do that. Because a lot of people are interested in Alaska, a lot. Yeah. But they don't know what to do, where to go. You know, is it really, do I want to, stay in a ship for 7 days, or do I want to do the hiking and the excursions and all that in one specific area? So that's what I want to do.
That's pretty cool.
And then I just want to expand and see where it goes. I want to help people enjoy the traveling, because we're not in this world too long. Let's enjoy what what we have, and have a good time with our family. Yeah. So that's what I want to do.
That's pretty cool. So I actually, when you were talking, something that's popped in my head.
I could see in your eyes going, ooh.
No, it was something funny that I just remembered. It was a conversation me and my wife had. Our big goal, well, I don't know about hers, but it's my big goal. She's just going to be dragged along with it, is eventually down the road, after all my kids have graduated high school and they're kind of more on their own, I want to do a tour of the United States, at least a week in each state.
My husband and I is our dream.
Yeah?
Yep. So it's going on our RV. We want the RV. We rent still, because we really don't want to buy a home, because I think in our head we're going to do the RV, and we will. And we want to get on an RV and just go. Just go to every state and just enjoy, and go to Arizona, go to California with our motorcycle, and then just go and drive and just enjoy the beautiful sceneries, meet the people. Yeah, that's what we want to do.
Okay, good. Yeah. So we kind of have the same goal.
Yes, we do have the same.
Yeah, because I want to spend about a week in each state.
Yes.
Just to explore everything in depth, have fun, and then move to the next one. Well, not move, but move, transport to the next one.
Transport the next one.
And just keep going. Take about a year, and then come home and just be like, that was really fun.
Let's do it again.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to do it again, but
if you do that, then you can do you can tour an RV in Europe.
Yeah.
You can also do in different parts, like in Germany, there is a tour for you grab your RV, it gets sent, and you can rent one there, or you can send yours. It's a little more expensive, but you can rent one there, and then you can RV any parts of the world. You can drive anywhere. So they have motorcycle runs too, so that kind of thing. They have all the different things now. You don't have to vacation in a way that people think anymore. You can grab your backpack and just go hiking with a group of people. In an area with everybody have the same thing, or cycling, or rock climbing. So there's so much out there. So if you have an interest, you can do it. You have a knitting club, and you guys want to learn about the different styles of crocheting things in Italy, because that's big, or in Portugal. You get a group, we can do that. You love photography, like Laura loves photography. Get a group who wants to go to different parts and take pictures. It doesn't have to be international, it could be in USA, and you can learn about photography. I'm a scrapbooker. Grab a group of scrapbookers, and we can go on a cruise and scrapbook while we're getting a tan. So it's like it doesn't have to be only one single thing. It can be so much.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. It is.
So just like I was talking with Laura before, there's like a big creative aspect to it. Mm-hmm. When you travel, you don't have to be held down to, we're going to do this. Like you can have fun and get creative and have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, you can be strict if you want to. It's like, okay, I need the tour guide to take me on this day, and you could do that too. Or you can say, hey, we're just going to figure out when we get there. Okay. So what I do is I usually give them a list of interests in the area where they are, and like 5-10 miles, because if they want to rent a car there or whatever. And I give them the list, and I tell them, okay, this, and then I even tell them what they can wear, because some parts, you can't wear spaghetti strap, you can't wear shorts, like the Vatican. If you go to Italy and you want to see the Vatican, you cannot wear spaghetti straps. You have to wear quarter sleeve. You cannot wear shorts. You have to wear long dresses or long skirts. So it's all these different things that that I will let them know where they want to go. So it's both ways.
Yeah.
But I give them the information before they go and get the shock and go, they're all wearing shorts and they can't come into Vatican. So, yeah.
Because I can see that being as a problem depending on where you go.
Yeah, and there's certain places that you can go in casual and whatever you wear, and there's some that you have to respect their ways of doing things. So.
Yeah. I've always wanted to go to Afghanistan again. I'm just kidding. I don't want to go back. What was I going to say? Oh, so I always have a little segment where we kind of talk about new people kind of coming into the industry.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any tips for people who want to become travel guides or thinking about it? They just kind of stepped in and they're like, what do I do?
Okay. First thing, you want to decide if you want to buy into the franchise, or is it something you just want to put your feet wet a little bit in the water and to see how if you like it. There's different ways. Like you can go to someone who's under a travel agent like me and work with person side by side, and you would learn the different tips and trades of doing it, and then you can get yourself out there, and then you can start booking and you can start making a little money. And when that itch start working, if that's something that you want to pursue more, and then, you can straight go buy your own franchise or your own travel agency in that way, and then keep going. There's different companies that do it, that have that, you just pay monthly, and then you can be part of a travel agency, and you just want to make sure that they're credited, that they're able to have expandability of vendors and not just limited to certain ones they can use, because not everybody wants to use the same vendors all the time, and sometimes I don't use the same vendors. I love Norwegian because they are very good, and their people are very good to our travel agents. So I love using Norwegian. I love using Europe Express. So I have different vendors that I always constantly use, and you want to make sure the companies or the travel agent you want to go under just to try out a little bit that have the experience, not just say, hey, come on over, and they're taking advantage of you. So you want to but you want to do a lot of research. We took about almost a year of research, figure out which company I wanted. Am I going to do franchise? Am I just going to dip in a little bit and see if I still want to do it, kind of thing, or that kind of. So you really want to research and make sure that that you're able to, in your surrounding area, that you're promoting well. Is it a good area to do that? Is it too saturated? If it is, see what your competitors are going to be. What are they doing? What's different? And see if there's a niche or something specific that you can do that no one else is doing in that area, and that can bring you in your business skyrocket. So it's little different things like that.
Cool. You mentioned accredited. So this is, I think, maybe an area that travelers should be looking at too, like the actual agencies you use.
Yes, we should be definitely. The signal, I always tell them that when I help my clients and use my vendors, no money is ever transferred to me. It goes where they're using their credit card. It goes right to the vendor, and so on their credit card, it will state Europe Express. It will state JetBlue. It will state the hotel name. All that information it will never say Lucy Chesna. Mm-hmm. So you want someone that is doing that. If the red flag is if that person says, "Oh, write me a check in my name," then you need to research a little bit more before you write that check to that person, because there's a lot of scam artists out there, and unfortunately, it gives us a bad name also on top of it. So that's the one thing you want to make sure. You want to see their their reviews. Look at their reviews and see how they are. Even if you have to talk to the clients, if you know some of the clients, and a referral is the best thing. Checking out other travel agents and who your friends and your family, if they're going through somebody, see who they go to and their feelings on them. So that's the main thing. Make sure the reviews are good and referrals are they're good, that that this person is going to be doing the job that they have to. And the main thing is no money should ever come to the travel agent. Never.
Cool. Awesome. That is a fantastic tip for people who are looking to find employment or travel.
Yeah, even if traveling, if they're looking online, and there's so much going on online, you never know, but it's good to have that if you don't know what's going on, go to someone that will. And if they don't know the question, they'll find the question for you. They'll find the answer for you. I mean, they will find the answer, because sometimes I don't know everything, but I'll get that answer for you, and I'll get it right, because we have a network of other travel agents through our franchise and others that I use, that we all help each other. There's no not limited to backstabbing or anything like that. We don't know. It's like, if I have a question, I have a client that wants to go to Punta Cana but doesn't want to go to this place. What other places? And they give a list. Hey, we go this, but don't go to this place. So different. So we have that. I have that network. Even if I can't find the question right away, that answer right away for you, it will be answered for you. So
Cool. Awesome.
yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So I think I already asked where we're looking to move in the future.
Yes.
Good. To make sure it's usually where we're hand off. So how can people get a hold of you?
Okay. Well, I am in Hudson, New Hampshire, and my new address is 222 Central Street in Hudson, New Hampshire, right on the second floor. And my banner is not up there yet, but it's like I have a small frame, so it's right in the second floor with Portrait Art Studio. I'm sorry, Portrait Arts Photography. And with that, I will have my grand opening March 13th. You can also call me at 603-505-8390. You can also email me at lchesna@dreamvacations.com or my website at escapetraveling.com. It's going to be a little revamped a little bit. It's right now it's a main page to for bookings and stuff like that, but what I'm going to do is put a blog in front of it, and then I'm going to do more information and posting and stuff like that. Because with the algorithm of Facebook now, I'm gonna try to move to blog and see if that works a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, just a little tip, blogging.
Well, and also, and a lot of people, a lot of the older clientels don't still do Facebook, but they like going online and check out blogs and stuff like that, and get information that way, and getting emails. So I'm trying to accommodate everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for being here.
Was
Finally.
fun. Yeah. Took a little bit, but it was good.
I did. Just thank you so much for being here.
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to have a quick word from our sponsors, and then we will be rolling on out. So everyone have a good day. If you own a business, you probably have business cards. It's pretty safe to say. And so do we. But the one I want to talk about today is our mobile app, Business Card. Head over to nhbusinessshow.com/Cardtapp, and what you're going to see is link to our app on our phone. So it's pretty easy. Click on it. You put it right onto your phone. It doesn't take a lot of space. You just put it into like settings or something, kind of out of the way. And every time you run into a business that you think, man, these guys should really go on the New Hampshire Business Show, you pop it open, hit share, and you're done. So there's no losing cards. There's no, the card got damaged. It's just a little app on your phone, and you can share it with everybody you know. I appreciate it. The businesses that come on the show appreciate it. And if you're a business and you like the attention and the traffic you've gotten from the show, help us spread that. I'm trying to do something here in New Hampshire that hasn't been done before. So take a couple of minutes, check out our app, send it to every business you know. I appreciate it. They'll appreciate it. And together, we're going to grow this thing